interest over the next 15 years by making monthly payments. Monthly payments. For several years, I rented an apartment, but then decided to buy a new home and be an owner. I applied. Try to get away from the IED, IED. I applied. No, I applied. Okay.
For several years, I rented an apartment.
Photographers,
But then decided
Bangkok
to buy
Post.
a new home and be an owner. I applied for mortgage and went to my bank to sign the paper and get the loan. I borrowed enough to make a down payment. I will repay the mortgage to include the interest over the next 15 years by making monthly payment.
Right, very good. To include the interest over the next 15 years by making monthly payments. Several years I rented an apartment. I applied for a mortgage and went to my bank to sign the papers and get the loan. I borrowed enough to make a down payment. I will repay the mortgage to include the interest over the next 15 years by making monthly payments. Okay.
For several years, I rented an apartment, but then decided to buy a new home and be an owner. I applied for a mortgage and went to my bank to sign the papers and get the loan. I borrowed enough to make a down payment. I will repay the mortgage to include the interest over the next 15 years by making monthly payments.
Right, very good, very good. For several years I rented an apartment, but then decided to buy a new home and be an owner. I applied. Try to get away from I applied. I applied for a mortgage and went to the bank to sign the papers. Okay.
For several years, I rented an apartment, but then I decided to buy a new home and be an owner. I applied for a mortgage and went to my bank to sign the papers and get the loan. I borrowed enough to make a down payment. I will repay the mortgage to include the interest over the next 15 years by making monthly payments.
Right, by making monthly, TH sound, monthly payments. Monthly. The month. What month is it? It's October, month of October, and I'm making monthly payments. Monthly payments. Okay.
For several years, I rented an apartment, but then decided to buy a new home and be an owner. I applied for a mortgage and went to my bank to sign the paper and get the loan. I borrow enough to make a down payment. I will repay the mortgage to include the to include the interest over the next 15 years by making monthly payments.
By making monthly, monthly, the TH, that's another difficult sound. Month, monthly, monthly, monthly. It's a little bit, it's monthly payments. That's a difficult sound too when you're not used to it, to have the TH. That's tricky, especially at the end. Monthly. I applied. Yeah, not applied. People would know what you mean, but applied. I applied. It just has to be there a tad. Just a, I applied. You can hardly hear it. I applied for a mortgage. I apply, every day I apply for a mortgage. Yesterday I applied for a mortgage. Not I applied, I applied. It's hardly there, but it's there. By a tad, I applied. Did you apply? Yes, I applied. Sounds like the same word, but it isn't. It's just a tad different. You don't have to go applied. No. Okay, so several years I rented, paid the rent every month. Every month I paid the rent. But then I decided, I made up my mind, I'm going to buy a new home. I'm done renting an apartment. I'm going to buy, and I'll be a home owner. Wow. So I applied. I went to the bank. I said, may I have could I have a mortgage? I applied, and I showed them all the paperwork, etc., and I was awarded a mortgage. So I went to the bank. I signed all the papers that I had to sign, and I got the loan, the money, boom. I borrowed enough to make a down payment. The first payment, let's say if it maybe was 50,000 baht or something like that. I made a down payment and an initial first payment. And then I will repay the mortgage to include the interest that the bank charges for the loan. It's not free. They charge money for the loan. The interest over the next 15 years by making monthly payments. Every month, the check to the bank. Every month, check to the bank. Monthly payments. Any questions about this? Pronunciation. Applied. Mortgage. Borrowed. Monthly payments. Monthly.
Sign, and when you my bank sign paper, if I put in after sign, the meaning change or not? To sign in the paper.
I bought enough. I went to my bank.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
If I put in after sign, it change. If it change the meaning to sign in.
Sign in the papers? No. No, to sign the papers. When you go to the meeting of the company, they may require you to sign in. When you come to the door, there may be an attendant there ready to give you a badge, let's say, to wear, and then ask you to sign in your name and the company that you represent. you were required on arrival at the meeting to sign in. That means signature. Would you please sign in, sir, that you're here? Oh, yes, right here. Yeah, right, sure. Okay. Give you the name tag and off you go. Did you sign in? Yes, I did at the front door. I signed in. But when you sign the papers, not sign in the papers.
Sign the paper, not sign the document.
Well, assign the documents. Yeah, you can say documents. To my bank to sign the documents. What documents? The mortgage documents. The papers for the mortgage. Documents, papers. Yeah, you could say to sign the documents. The papers that were required to be signed by the borrower, me, I'm borrowing the money, so I will sign the documents necessary to get the mortgage.
So to sign the paper in this meeting, it means to fill in. It's not just a signature, right?
Well, it's not like sign the papers, sign the documents. You may have to give your phone number, you may have to give your address, or maybe they already have it, and it may be all filled out when you get there because you're a customer of the bank and they know who you are and they have all your address, telephone, employment, blah, 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 blah. They have it all, and if it was a very efficient bank, they would have everything filled out. You would look